Today we're going to be looking at plurals and possessives on NoRedInk. So we're going to start out with plurals, which hopefully will be at least a little bit of a refresher for you. So plurals just means that we have multiples of something, and in English, most of the times what we do to show this is we add an S to the end of it. So for instance, Lily saw 3 alligators at the zoo. We have one alligator would be just alligator, but because we have 3, we have that S on the end. Occasionally, we will add ES to the plurals of nouns that end in S, CH, SH, or X. For example, buses, watches, foxes, and brushes. There are a few irregular plurals that just don't want to follow the rules, which is kind of standard in the English language, that you just have to either memorize or look up if you're unsure. So for example, foot becomes feet, wife becomes wives, goose becomes geese, etc., etc. So what we're going to be looking at through this unit is comparing plurals and possessives. And the reason that these can sometimes be so tricky is both are noted using S's at the end of words. But possessives, a lot of times, we're using an apostrophe and an S. So we'll work through some of these together. Legolas is excited to pick his classes for next fall. Now, we are not having the classes possess anything here, so we want to get rid of that apostrophe. So we have a word that ends in S, so to make it plural, because he's doing multiple, we want to do ES there at the very end. Sirius Black likes building fortresses out of wooden blocks and then knocking them down. This one doesn't have any issues with plurals or possessives, so we can just hit submit on it. Oliver Wood strapped both his feet into the new wakeboard. Feet is one of our irregulars when we go from foot to feet, so we don't need an S there at the end, so we'll remove that. While I finished frosting the cupcakes, which is a correct plural here, Hamish Abernathy entertained all the puppies. Now on this one, the puppies aren't owning anything, so we don't need that apostrophe, and we're going to change the Y to an I and then add ES. If Andy Bernard uses the electric pump, he will pop all the volleyballs. This one is correct. We don't need to do anything with it. Now, as you've probably noticed through these, we have quite a few words that we kind of need to look at. So you can't just go looking for words with S's. So here, brings, this is just dealing with our verb. We don't need anything there. Sorry, I've got a dog with a chew toy. It's a little distracting. Then we have toothbrush is. This one we don't have them own anything. We want an ES because it ends in that sh sound. Whenever Vincent Crabbe's around, he reminds me not to grind my tooths together. This is our irregular, much like feet, my teeth together. So hopefully this was helpful for you for planning through the plurals, and then in our next video we'll start looking a little bit more at some possessives. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.